Fee, fi, fo, fum.
Fuck me in the butt and give me some rum.
I smell children.
Get out of here,
If
children.
you're a child, you're not allowed to listen to this podcast. Thanks, bye.
Bye. Welcome to Last Two Brain Cells. We are two little big boys named Austin and
Donovan.
And today is September 21st, 2023. This is episode 7, and here's a sneak peek at who's gonna come. You know what's gonna come?
It's me. I'm gonna come.
Hell yeah.
Hey, what's your best Scottish? Can you do a Scottish impression?
Oh.
That's enough.
If it ain't broke, don't break it. Keep on pooping in your sack.
Yeah.
Pants.
Yes.
I think putting icy hot on your balls is something that everyone should do at least one time in their life, and I've done it at least 10 plus, and I want to keep going if anyone wants to do it with me.
I would do it right now.
I love it.
Honestly,
I used to have
I'm kind
icy
of
hot.
craving it. Hey, man.
How's it going? You caught me sipping on a cup of coffee.
That was right on purpose.
I'm sipping on a cup of coffee today.
And it's the Kolache Factory coffee cup.
I've never seen this cup in my life, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah. To those of you who haven't had the pleasure, or whatever is the opposite of pleasure, of having a kolache in Texas.
Anti-pleasure.
Yeah, what is that? What is, just pain.
Pain.
I had a kolache for the first time a week ago.
Yeah?
And I
About a week ago.
I called it a kolache when I ordered it.
One kolache, please.
The girl at the register said, "You must not be from Texas."
Oh, bless your heart.
Yeah, and I said, "No, I'm not." It was actually a really awkward conversation.
Always is.
But then she gave me the kolache, bit into it, super mid. It's a very average pastry. I don't know why people are so crazy about them in Texas in particular.
You just pissed off the entire Texas fan base. I appreciate your honesty.
We're here with hot takes. Sometimes the opinions aren't going to align with yours, and
Well,
that's life.
Here's my kolache take. I hate them.
Really?
I think they suck.
You've tried them.
Yeah, but that's because I'm a picky eater. That's my fault. It's
Yeah.
like a weird Hot Pocket I didn't ask for.
Exactly.
Didn't want it.
It's not quite flaky. It's kind of puffy.
I see the appeal if you like weird food.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with weird food. I like Krispy Kreme cheeseburgers.
Yeah, that's less weird and just more
Delicious.
extremely fucked.
Oh.
But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's good. That's the thing.
Everyone has their own things that they yuck or yum.
Everyone puts their different meats between different types of breads, and whether it's donuts breads or kolache breads, who cares? We're all putting our meat in together, and we can all hold hands and smile at the end of the day about that.
Couldn't agree more. Also, just a quick clarification. I don't think donuts are bread.
Yes, they are.
Just for those of you at home, as
I will hold the line on this one. Donuts are bread.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, hey, welcome to episode 7, guys.
Welcome, everybody. We have some special new rules this time. Special occasion. This is the G-rated episode. We wanted to give ourselves a challenge. And not G as in gangster. We're talking G as in good boys. We're going to be good boys this episode. We've been listening back to the previous episodes, and we thought, we talk a lot about poop, cum,
A lot of
pee.
poop, cum,
A lot of poop, a lot of
pee.
cum, a lot of pee. We need to maybe clean up a little bit here, you guys. Let's go ahead and keep us on the straight and narrow. So, we're not going to talk about poop, pee, or cum this episode, except for maybe one time.
One segment.
I have to. I promised last week that I would talk about how astronauts pee and poop, but we'll get there later.
Yeah, but outside of that, we're not going to curse. We're not even going to reference cum in any way intentionally.
We're not going to come.
Probably not going to come
Most
at all
likely.
this episode. And we might not even take a pee break.
Might not even have to, because also we're not drinking. We're drinking cups of coffee today. I'm drinking a cup of coffee. What are you drinking?
I'm literally drinking water today.
That's insane.
We're making healthy decisions. It's a G-rated day.
Yeah, this is the G episode
Yeah.
for my G's.
And also, just for a little bit of context, so it's actually midday right now. Well,
Sure is.
it's like 4 p.m.
It's 4 o'clock. We always record at sundown.
Yeah, we've never recorded in the light of day. So God's seeing this podcast for the first time.
God's plan.
And I think he likes it. What do you think?
I think he loves this episode. The G and G-rated episode is for God.
God rated.
This one's for God.
Yeah, this one goes out to you, big boy.
God made
Or
poop,
girl.
pee, and cum, but he doesn't want us to talk about it all the time. Just
Right.
every once in a while.
No, Satan made poop, pee, and cum.
Oh, that's where they were like, they're
Yeah.
dividing, like, I'll
Yeah.
make this, you make that.
God
They're
made the ball sack, and then Satan filled it up and said,
Oh my God, it's all making sense. That's
Yeah.
why you choose snakes.
Exactly, yeah.
Little snakes with tails.
Yeah, and-
sperms are snakes, and the devil is a snake, and this all is wrapping up clean. I get it.
Join us next week for Last Two Brain Cells, a sermon.
Yeah, this is not even a sermon anymore. This is just the cold hard truth.
And
the
you know
reality.
it sounds like sermon.
Semen.
That was a test. I tested you and you failed.
Oh, Satan?
This is the God episode. You can't say it, remember?
Well, you're allowed to say semen. That's the scientific word. Like when you say, like, instead of saying a rabbit, you're like it's a Hieroponophalicatanicus.
I'm sorry, what?
Like when they have animals have crazier names that they're really long.
Yeah.
I made that one up, but...
Oh, you did? I couldn't tell.
Did it sound real?
I thought the Hieroponophalicatanicus was a real...
Yeah, no, I totally made that up.
That's really cool, man.
Yeah.
You also knew what G standard for with the actual G rating, right? It's
God.
No, it's...
General audiences.
Yeah.
Right? The Catholic Church was the people that were like, hey, guys, we're making these movies, but we want to have some control on what you're allowed to watch, so let's put a rating system so people can be more informed, a.k.a. no more... You can only say fuck 3 times, says the Catholic Church.
Right. And I want to be absolutely clear that I think it's really important that of all governing bodies and entities that could be discerning what's appropriate for kids to watch or not, I really, really, really appreciate that it's the Catholic Church that's involved, that's deciding this.
They've got a good record with discretion, from what I understand. They really know
north on the compass. They're straight shooters. Nothing wrong.
The Pope decides if we're allowed to watch, Madagascar 2 or not.
Right. The Pope
and that's okay.
He either nods or he gives a little thumbs down.
I heard they actually make the Pope watch every single film that comes out, and he literally puts a G. PG-13. He puts a rating down every single movie.
Exactly.
It's like the Pope's tomatoes.
So when a movie is made, it gets sent around all of the big religious institutions. Mm-hmm. So the Pope has to give his blessing, and then it has to be declared haram or not. Actually, fun fact, Shrek is not haram, so it can't be watched in a lot of parts of the world.
Really? What'd they do this time?
It's something to do with the donkey.
That dang donkey?
Yeah.
Oh, that dang donkey.
I think it's the bestiality between the donkey and the dragon. It's just not condoned by that religion.
Oh, that dang donkey.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, what's your best Scottish? Can you do a Scottish impression?
Oh. That's enough. Okay, your turn.
You've got to give me something to say.
You just go sit there. You go and come into the tavern.
Did you know
that's not even close? That was just like my Dungeons and Dragons generic character.
That is just like 18th century wench talk.
That was medieval times role playing.
But yeah, did you know that Shrek originally was going to be cast as Chris Farley?
That's actually crazy.
And then Mike Myers, last second, they had shot some scenes with Chris, and then unfortunately he passed, and so they ended up bringing in Mike Myers, and he brought in the whole accent that Shrek is known for now.
It's bananas.
Yeah.
Totally bananas played. He's like, yeah, I think this guy sounds like this.
What could have been, man?
Donkey!
And look, flowers to Mike Myers. He's a very, talented, funny guy.
I'll send him a flower, too.
He's pretty one-dimensional, though. He's got the one accent. He does a Scottish accent. He nailed it, and he just never went anywhere else.
There's nothing wrong with being a one-trick wonder.
Yeah, as long as you are a wonder. If you're one trick and it's not a wonder, you're just kind of...
One-trick loser.
One-trick loser.
Yeah, you don't want to be that. And that would make you the unlucky listener of the week. If you only have one trick and you're not that good at it, you have to punch yourself in the butthole.
Yep, or in the face?
Yeah, if you have a lot of balls like you do.
Right.
I'm more of a butthole guy, you're a face guy.
Right. And are we talking punching or something else?
Butt punching.
Butt punching.
Butt punching. For when you're an unlucky loser.
Yeah. All right, so look, we got a lot of interesting, fun stuff lined up for you this episode.
Boy, oh boy, we sure do.
We got a little bit of discourse on the history of credit cards, so look forward to that.
Oh my God, I'm getting anxious. I'm so excited. I'm on the edge of my seat for credit card financial information.
We're bursting.
I'm gonna bust during that segment. I thought we weren't supposed to.
No busting,
I'm gonna bust a nut.
Cops are gonna come.
Like an almond. I'm gonna bust open some almonds.
You're gonna crack an almond.
Yeah. With my nutcracker.
You do have a bag of almonds on the corner of your desk.
Sure do.
About 100 other items.
That's for when I'm feeling faint.
There's your pit vipers.
Yeah.
There's a fake ear.
Let's do a quick what's on my desk tour. Unironically, we have my medication, 20 milligrams fluoxetine, gang. We got pit vipers, knockoff. I have one elf ear,
Where's
bag
the
of
other
almonds. I don't need both of them.
Okay.
I got a pair of Minions socks that he's on the top of Mount Fuji, and a lighter.
Yeah, and hey, there's a couple upgrades that we've also made.
True.
Did we talk about the candle? No, we didn't.
No, we got a candle, you guys.
We got a candle.
You
got a candle.
I got a candle. I figured, this podcast, I think, needs one upgrade per week. So last week, I got us an HEB $10 candle, which the official smell is Texas Proud. And you know what that smells like?
Can we, on the count of 3, just say informally what we think it smells like?
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
I know we both know exactly what it smells like.
You sniff this thing and a brand appears in your head.
Right.
Yeah, on 3.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Axe
Middle
body spray.
School boys locker room?
Which is sponsored
Axe
by
body spray,
Axe
yes.
Body Spray.
Okay.
That's the same thing.
Yeah. It's great. I love it. Thanks for bringing this in.
Yeah.
It really gets me to the mindset to record a podcast.
It was either I was going to spray a ton of Axe in here and just light a match for a minute, or we can get this candle and it can last way longer. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to go the extra mile.
But there's a secondary upgrade that
True.
I personally am even more excited for, which it means that I no longer have to stoop for a couple hours every time we record.
Stoop kid don't want to stoop.
We've got a mic stand.
Yeah, and our mic stand is actually brought to you by a company that you may have heard of. Usually we get Rode microphone equipment or, Logitech, but this is actually Nature Bell creatine monohydrate 500,000 milligrams per serving.
That's a lot.
Oh, I read it wrong. It's 5,000. But yeah, you have your protein powder as a mic stand now?
Yeah. And look, whatever works, whatever gets the job done, it's a very stable base, this jar.
It sure is.
So yeah.
And it's powerful.
We are recording on top of a thing of creatine right now.
Yeah, and we also have 2 sound foam pieces duct taped together leaning against the microphone so we can hopefully make your ears feel a little better.
Yeah. So
we're trying.
When you're listening at home and you have your Bose headphones on and it's after work, you're closing your eyes, relaxing, listen to the last 2 brain cells as most people do.
Yeah.
And you recognize every inch of
Audible
audio
crisp.
quality. And it's just beautiful pouring into your ears, and you're just loving it.
Going nuts.
It's because of all the work that we're putting in
to
make this a quality podcast.
Yeah, we're trying really hard. We're using the best Audacity has to offer.
Yeah.
Which is bass boost, treble boost, roll off on speech. It's that easy.
Yeah, I was going to say, Audacity doesn't have a lot to offer. So
we have a lot to offer it.
We sure do. We're coming in swinging. And speaking of swinging...
Oh, we love to swing.
Do you want to take a swing at our first segment?
Yuck or Yum? So I wanted to bring back a segment that we did one time, but I was thinking about it. You kind of just asked me questions. I think this time I want to ask you questions, and the listeners at home participate in your head like at the table. This is Yuck or Yum.
Yuck or Yum.
We're going to play a game called Yuck or Yum. Yuck or Yum is a game in which you choose whether you yuck something or yum something. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Let us know. It's that easy. Toe socks.
Very yum. Very yum. I love a toe sock because the increased control that you have. You've never wanted to flay your toes when you're wearing socks and you just feel so...
trapped.
Claustrophobic.
But don't you feel kind of extra trapped because you can't even move them once they're in their slots?
No, they're free to move in their slot.
Wow. That's a good point. Okay, eating snacks in the shower.
Oh, God.
Love it.
That's so yuck.
I used to do it all the time.
Of course you did.
Constantly.
What are you eating? What's an example?
Having a popsicle in the shower, fire.
Yeah.
Less acceptable, I really enjoyed Hot Pockets.
I knew you were going to say hot. Okay, the reason I asked is because I could picture you for some reason.
They have a sleeve.
What the fuck? But it's not waterproof.
The sleeve is waterproof.
My man.
Yes. Frozen grapes.
That's fine.
Delicious.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
that's about it.
I guess the answer is it depends on the snack.
Yeah, it's either Hot Pockets or popsicles or frozen grapes, really.
Right. Because I'm definitely known to have a shower beer, and that's fully socially acceptable.
Totally. Now, speaking of socially acceptable, back in college, put yourself in your college headspace. Having a glass of beer in class.
Man, a glass like you're actually pouring it or no?
You bring it in your hydro flask, you drink a beer in class. Cool or no?
100% fine.
There we go. I'm a yum on that too. I had a couple class beers. I mean, hey. Class is boring. I'm going to wake up a little.
I don't know why we had this, but at a certain point, me and my roommate Kevin brought this briefcase.
That's sick.
A beer briefcase that it had little foam inserts where you could put the bottles. And we felt so fucking cool.
Shout out, Kevin.
So we sat front row in class, like some computer science course.
That's hard.
Open the briefcase, crack open a couple bottles of beer.
Oh.
Right in front. And the professor was some graduate student. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
And shout out to David Tyler, I think his name was. Cool
You're
guy.
Sick.
But yeah, and we I think cruised down 4 or 5 beers during that class.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
There's something really cool about it.
And I feel like you do learn better with beer.
Yeah. All right. The smell of gasoline.
Yuck. Mostly yuck.
I'm a big yummer. I want to inhale that shit.
You're a gas guy.
I love the smell of gasoline.
Really?
I can't get enough of it. I wish this candle smelled like gasoline,
So-
which I feel like would be Texas Proud oil.
It would be crude oil smell, yeah.
Crude oil. If this was
Yeah.
really a Texas Proud candle, it'd be a lot more oily.
And a lot less middle school locker room.
That's so true. That's so true.
Okay, so you go to a gas station, you get out of your car, and you're just deep inhale?
Yeah, I'm whiffing.
Fascinating.
I'm whiffing.
Yeah, I get in like an old car when it's running and you get that kind of exhaust fume smell that's really good. Mm-hmm. Or sometimes like a garage will have a really good kind of gasoline smell. But I think direct from the gas station, pretty yuck.
Direct from the gas station, I feel like is the plug.
All right.
Plug,
all
plug,
right.
plug, plug, plug.
You do you.
Our watermark guy put plug like a million times.
Yeah, first step, we just need to get a watermark guy.
Plug.
And then we can do that.
We got the plug on that.
We got Fiverr. Do you have $5?
We could do that. We should do that. Do you think we could send this episode to someone on Fiverr and they can just put shit on it?
I think that's not only something we could do, but something we should do. So next episode, it's going to be
the Fiverr bonus.
our sermon, and we're going to tell someone on Fiverr to put a bunch of watermarks and shit on it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say
and stuff. You meant like SHIT, but like not the fecal version. You meant like the different definition of SHIT.
I think that's the only definition.
No, like shit can be like
You just can't.
oh no. Am I allowed to burp?
No,
like-
burping this episode.
I think you're allowed 3 burps according to the Pope.
3 burps, 0 farts.
You're not allowed
0
to fart
farts.
anymore. Only Nickelodeon could get away with that in the 90s. Then it was closed, okay?
Yeah, they've
no
taken the
more of that.
farts away from us.
Yeah, less slime every year, okay?
Yeah.
It's messed up. Give us back our slime and farts. And if you don't bring back the burp contest, the Kids' Choice Awards, I'm not going to watch it anymore.
That was a real thing?
Yes, they used to have an extreme burp contest where it'd be like Britney Spears versus Tony Hawk versus
that's
Justin
so
Timberlake.
sick.
And they would all like do their actual best burp into a microphone. And you would win an actual award of the best burp of the year. And now they don't have the balls to do it.
Yeah.
Makes me so mad.
They've really lost their balls.
It's upsetting. I want to see Lil Uzi Vert and JoJo Siwa rip burps.
Can you imagine Uzi's burp game?
With auto-tune? So hard.
So hard.
So good.
Okay, what rapper has the best burp? Real quick, go.
Migos, all 3 of them.
You think all 3 Migos?
Because they're ad-libs guys.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They go, yeah, that way.
They're just burping like, their burps have got to be musical.
Yeah, they probably follow like a really nice harmony where it's like one's a low, one's a high, I guess now it's only 2, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was like a barbershop quartet,
Yeah.
but for burping.
Now it's a burp duet.
Burp duetterino.
All right. What's the next Yuck or Yummy?
Next Yuck or Yum, this will be our last one. FM radio.
Yum.
I'm a huge yum on FM radio.
When you need it, it's there for you.
Huge yum on FM radio. It's the sound of the community.
Yeah.
Now, the actual last one, this is where it gets more divisive. AM radio.
Super, super, super yuck.
That's the crazy part, but I also am on Team Yum.
Why?
It sounds like shit, but also anyone and their sister can get a station. So I love being in just anywhere America and just scanning through the AM station to find fucking Joe Bob nobody talking to nobody about nothing terribly. And I get such enjoyment around it. It's like scrolling to the very bottom of Twitch and seeing the 0 viewer streamers.
Yeah. And before you shit on that, a second more. Yeah. That's what we're nobody talking about nothing with 0 viewers. So let's just be mindful.
I'm celebrating it. I think it's the coolest media possible. People talking and no one listening. I'm here for it.
All right,
AKA
cool.
what we do.
We're looking at a mirror, buddy.
Literally, but we're not on AM radio. We at least have a mic stand and some sound foam with duct tape. They don't have that at AM.
That's true.
At AM radio, they're literally recording on a 1950s potato mic.
Man, so
they don't have Audacity.
You're giving me kind of a revelation right now. I hadn't realized until just now. Is it not supposed to be like AM is in the morning time?
That's insane.
Is that not it?
Yeah, no, it's like it's a different type of wave.
So you can listen to AM radio at any time of the day.
It's all day.
I swear to God, until now, I thought it was like at 12 at noon. You can't like AM radio stops, and then that's when it becomes FM.
That is the coolest like misunderstanding of AM radio I've ever heard.
Why is it called
life.
that?
Because it's a different type of wave. It's a different frequency wave.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, there's FM and AM. That's why it also sounds like that. Is because the wave is like shittier.
It's the worst quality. That's why anyone can do it.
And also, you can like just put it out in the world because it's like, oh fuck it.
Wow.
Yeah, we can make an AM radio station right now, and it would sound like but it'd be so cool.
But we'd be out there.
We should start an AM radio station and just loop our podcast 24 hours a day. But then we'd have to definitely make sure every episode is rated G.
Really?
We get in trouble.
Are you familiar with the concept of pirate radio?
I do love pirates, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I do love pirate radio. The concept of pirate radio is the coolest shit to me.
So you know how it's like they have an array of super powerful like transmitters on the border, right? Like in like Tijuana, like on the border of Mexico, where it's far less regulated to shoot into like California and Texas, and so you get these stations that are gnarly, completely unregulated.
Right.
But you can listen to them like states away.
In the middle of the ocean, the only stations you get are from Mexico a lot of the time.
Yeah, man.
Like, it's so funny being in a boat in San Diego and you're, like, listening to the California radio and you get, like, just a football field away and just it's all you have left is Spanish stations. And they're coming through crisp and clear.
Yeah.
So HD 4K.
Dude, real quick, throw back to our California roots. And this one's very specific, so we'll keep it tight. But favorite California radio station?
AM 710.
AM?
Well, that was...
I'm going 105.9, baby.
But I'm also talking pre-2002.
You're going old. You're going old.
Yeah, because AM 710 was the original Radio Disney, and it was sick. And then they changed it to ESPN Radio in 2002 on New Year's Day, which was really upsetting to me. They changed it to 1110, which, it turned out okay.
You're actually such a nerd when it comes to Disney and all of that lore.
I was on the Radio Disney show. I called in and told a joke for free.
How'd that go?
It was great. You could call in and tell a joke, and they'd put it on the air. And I told a really funny joke.
Do you recall?
I said, "How much did the pirate pay to get his ears pierced?"
Wait, let me guess. Hold on, let me think.
You're gonna love this. The whole AM 710 had to hear me.
All right, what is it? I don't know.
$1 an ear. Get it? $1 an ear?
That's good. That's good. That's good. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why they put me on the big time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you should have been a recurring. You could have been the Nick comic.
I've been on the radio before.
Yeah.
So it's like whatever.
Man, that's tight.
It's like whatever.
That's tight.
Yeah. What was your favorite radio station?
105.9.
105.9 Power 1 FM?
Yeah.
Power 106.
The real hitters.
With Big Boy.
Uh-huh.
Big Boy, the official best radio jockey of Los Angeles history, our generation,
potentially all time.
And the official Los Santos radio jockey on Grand Theft Auto 5.
No way.
He has all of the hip-hop station radio, and he is Big Boy. He plays Big Boy in Grand Theft Auto, and he runs a station,
sick.
and it's literally Power 106, the station.
I mean,
incredible.
We need to strive to live lives so fulfilling and interesting that we either get conscripted to be in GTA 10 when it comes out, or be a Fortnite character.
Amen. That's one or the other.
Right.
And the thing is, I think what's amazing, not just to be in Grand Theft Auto, but to just be yourself in Grand Theft Auto is a whole different level. That's insane.
Or like in a movie when you're just playing yourself, it's like, that's Shaq and he's Shaq.
It's Shaq as Shaq. Yeah. That's the coolest role. That's when you know you really did it.
That's when people like literally are so interested in your actual self, you don't have to play a character. Like that's every single day what we should strive to be. To wake up and just be so cool and interesting and fun or whatever the fuck that you would be in a movie as yourself.
That's sick. That's goals.
That's goals.
That's goals. My new goal is to achieve my goals.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been thinking about that. Joey told me.
Yeah, Joey.
Rapper Joey told me.
Do you want to give a quick breakdown on what Joey is for the unenlightened?
Nod Gang, new rapper. His name's Joey. It's really good, really bad music, which is my favorite genre.
And as a genre, that's something that very few people understand.
Yeah.
But you taught me early on. I feel like we kind of like taught each other to really enjoy this trash music. And I've tried to explain it in so many different ways over the years to different people. Very, very few people get it. Some people do. But it's this, I always have this moment where I'm like, you wouldn't get it. Like if Austin were here, I could explain it.
Fully. It's rough. Every time I listen to a SoundCloud tune and you're not around, I'm looking around for someone to get it too.
100%, man.
It takes a skill to say something so stupid that no one else has said it before.
And if you guys at home want an example of this, I just real quick, this is my personal favorite at the moment, but his name's YGB Orange. If
oh my God.
Look him up on Spotify, listen to 1 or 2 tracks, you'll get the gist.
Up next.
Absolutely fire flames up next. And he's like a 13-year-old kid from Sweden.
Up next. Easy. That's our prediction of the week. That kid's going somewhere.
Yeah, 100%.
Easy.
100%.
Yeah.
And if you knew who that is, you're the lucky listener of the week.
You won. Congratulations.
Yeah, you're going to have a really good week.
A really solid one. 7 business days starting now.
Yeah, so go ahead. Feel free to pause the app, put on your favorite YGB Orange tune, and
jam out.
Jam. Because you just won.
You earned it.
All right. Now that you're back, we have a little thing for you.
A thrilling segment. A thrilling segment.
This is a real thriller. Thriller. I'm going to put on my professor glasses, my striped suit.
Oh, I thought you were naked before, so I'm glad you're putting something on now.
Yeah. And I need you to crack your freshest beer open because it's time for class.
I don't have beer. Well, that's because we're the G-rated episode. We're loser freshmen. We don't know that trick yet. We don't know that trick yet.
Yeah. What are you drinking there?
That's ice cube water.
You got a lean double cup of Taco Cabana.
Lean, double cup. Holla, give me water cup.
It's a water.
It's a water. I don't like soda. I want water.
And you own a reusable bottle, do you? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you still get water cups every time you go to a
not every time.
Fast food.
It's a recent trend. It's really bad.
Okay, well, let me just... We were at P. Terry's. We're at the drive-thru the other day. We're going to be home in 3 minutes, and you wanted to get a water cup.
Thirsty.
What's the deal with that?
I'm having a really hard time with my hydration, so when I remember to be thirsty, I feel like I have to pounce on it.
I see.
Because I'm going to get home, and I'm going to forget that I'm thirsty.
See, that's actually a super valid justification. That makes sense.
That's the reality of it.
At the time, you were like, I don't know.
That's because I was embarrassed. All I wanted was water.
Yeah. But, look, no, I get that, though. I get that. If that's like
shamed
kind of like
if I
the
want
mental
water,
trick.
Shamed if I don't want water.
I'm not shaming you. I'm telling you, I get where you're coming from, dog.
I appreciate your getness. Thank you for getting this.
Before I hop into the segment, we actually recorded a little bit of the podcast yesterday.
True.
We tried to, at least.
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah, we recorded 20 minutes, and I tried to talk about credit cards, and I'm going to be real with you, it was a snoozer.
I fell asleep.
I fell asleep.
Yeah, and we don't want to give the listener anything but the best. So we literally ended the episode, got up, and stopped.
Yeah, and the thing is, let this be a lesson, man. When you're not feeling it, it's fine.
You're not feeling it, it's
fine.
okay.
Especially with creative pursuits like this. Like, you kind of have to be flowing and feeling it, or else what's the point? You can't force creativity.
So true.
And
Van Gogh didn't paint every single day.
Exactly. Speaking of having a single ear, Van Gogh.
I'm listening.
And I only say that because I'm looking at the single elf ear that you have.
Just one.
On the desk. All right, so this segment is about the history of credit cards.
Ooh.
And you probably wouldn't guess that it starts way back in the Bronze Age.
Back when we made just bronze? That's crazy.
That's right.
Bronze coin.
And you're super familiar with the Bronze Age, right?
Yeah,
so
bronze
can you just
coin.
explain what the Bronze Age was?
It's when you're playing Age of Empires or Civilization and your armies get a little better, finally. But they're not, like, using metal. Like, it's like, we're, like, almost cool guys, slow your roll, but, like, we're not like those loser cavemen.
Nice.
It's pretty accurate.
That's perfect. Yeah, that's great. I mean, it's totally a metal, but it's not a great one.
Forming rock, using rock differently than before. Ha-ha.
Yeah, but like this pointy rock's slightly harder and stronger and better than your pointy rock. So
ooga ooga, in between rock, from bad rock to good rock.
Isn't that crazy how that we can literally measure the advancement of a civilization by like how good and pointy your rock is? Like
they're rocks.
Like your spear development is like what dictates.
Yeah, and now we have the rock.
Now, yeah.
Yeah, literally think about that.
The last one.
He's the rock of our generation.
There will never be another.
Yep.
Man, rip. Does the rock have kids?
Yes.
He does?
Probably. That's a full assumption, yes.
Are they? They must be big. Do you think the rock's kids are buff?
They're probably pebbles.
Yeah, the little pebblites.
Peblets.
The peblets.
Pebbles.
All right. Okay. So Bronze Age.
Or they're stoners.
We're like thousands of years ago. And that's when this sort of concept of lines of credit kind of first hits the books of history. And the deal is a lot of civilization was centered around farming at that time, right? And
It sure is.
when you farm, it's based around planting a crop, waiting a shit ton of time. It's tough, G-rated. But you wait a while, and then eventually your crops come to fruition, hopefully, and then you can actually sell them.
Or if you ask your guild for a speed boost, they can use their gems to advance your crops by time, and then you can get it all done faster and level up.
Right. That's exactly right. It just that didn't happen until a little bit after the Bronze Age.
Oh.
Right. But at this...
That was the Farmville age. My bad.
Right. That's 2012 Facebook.
That's the farming I grew up on. That's my bad.
No, totally get it. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
But basically in this day and age, in the Bronze Age, you wouldn't have any money between the time that you plant your crops and they grow and you can actually sell them, right?
3 gems.
And so you're going around town, you still need to eat. And so the only way to continue to live and function was to create lines of credit for all the farmers, right? And so that's where this concept started to become really popular. And it actually stayed that way for thousands of years because we basically had farms as like the center of our economy for a long time, thousands of years, until like, you know, the whole Industrial Revolution should change everything.
And no more stinky bronze anymore.
Yeah. So literally we had the exact same system going on with extending lines of credit for farmers in the Wild West in America in the 1800s.
And so the whole credit thing worked out great. It didn't screw anybody over, and it was a modern invention that changed man in a good way.
That's exactly true.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah. And we'll get a little bit more into the modern usages of credit and how wonderful they are and how much they've brought society up.
Life destroying, you mean?
Yeah.
Life destroying.
But in a great way.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
You had the opportunity to destroy your life.
Yeah, so we'll fast forward a few years.
Yeah.
And you know dog tags?
Heard of them.
So they're like the little metal plates that you get on a chain when you're issued whatever in the military.
When you're with your dogs.
Yeah. And is it your name, your blood type, all that? Okay, so there were these dog tag-like things that were called like metal chips that the Western Union actually put out in 1918.
Wow.
Yeah, 1918. That they were kind of like the first form of credit card, but obviously they're not cards yet. But they allowed you to like make certain purchases. They were given to certain people as lines of credit. And it was this kind of cool concept of, hey, you got the chip, you can pay it, and I trust you.
That's crazy.
Right?
You could only get a card if you were a part of the 1%.
Was that
Sorry,
about Bernie?
I literally just got like a ghost of Bernie Sanders just came into my body.
Yeah, your eyes just flipped back, and then you just...
Brooklyn.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was really sick.
Hey, Bernie, while I have you here, what's your stance on the economy right now?
My stance on the economy is that is terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Okay.
For too long, the economy has been just terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, wise. Very wise, Bernie.
And we need a grassroots economy.
Are you going to be running in 2024?
Yes.
Okay, can't wait to see you.
I appreciate your support.
Yeah. Hey, I'll see you now.
Thanks, I'm gonna go.
All right.
Do important things and fly commercial, not VIP business first class, because I'm a reasonable man.
He's a real person, people's person. Is that what it is?
A real G.
Yeah.
For the G-rated episode.
Right. He is a G, though.
Yeah.
All right. So credit cards, they continued to develop. And then finally, by like the 70s, you have this plastic card. It's got the magnetic strip. It's got all the sort of more modern qualities of a credit card. But you don't have any of the regulation that exists today. And it's sort of like the Wild West era of credit cards. And so you have a lot of credit cards being denied to minorities. Like good luck getting one if you're an African American in America, at least. You have like women couldn't get credit cards on their own until 1974 without a male cosigner. Yeah. It was definitely a reflection of the times in a really, really not good way. But they've evolved since then, thankfully. Legislation.
Now everyone can be targeted.
Exactly. And so not only has the ability to acquire a credit card evolved, but sort of their entrenchment into our economy has also evolved. So now it's like from the age of 8, you're encouraged to start to develop your credit score, right? To only put things on credit, to get a credit card as soon as you possibly can, so that by the time you're 18, you can finally get a loan for a car or a house or college or whatever it is, right? It's so fucking toxic.
Yeah.
How from such an early age, we're just convinced that it's actually like the right way to function in an economy is to be in debt.
I think it's yucky.
Yeah. Super yucky.
That's my yuck.
When it comes to credit cards, yuck.
Yuck.
But yeah, they're everywhere now. Can't get rid of them. You got probably a few in your wallet. When's the last time you used cash?
Who?
Exactly.
I don't know who that is.
When we were
cash
born,
feels like a coupon for like, this isn't real money. It's not in my bank account.
Yeah, you find cash in your pocket, you're like, whoa, free money.
Free money. I can spend this on whatever because it doesn't matter.
Right, but it's crazy that cash that you just like an actual representation of money that you have that you possess
that you can hold.
Right, is sort of seen as like it's like frivolously spent now.
Don't
it's like,
care. Boring.
Yeah.
Fun paper.
But when we were young, like our parents, they only bought things with cash or even checks.
I was thinking about how my grandma used to use checks at the grocery store every time, and how that's just outlandish to me now.
Completely gone.
Like
completely gone.
$102.03 to Ralph's grocery store.
Yeah, man.
Like that's.
And yeah, it wasn't until 1993 that Burger King started accepting credit cards.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and so if you think about they're not widely available for use everywhere until maybe the mid 90s or whenever the internet basically came out, right?
Right.
It's fucking gnarly how quickly they've revolutionized all of society.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. They're never going to go away.
Yeah, thank goodness. I love my credit card. It's metal.
Me too. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I have this line of credit that I can just go into debt with at any point in time.
Yeah.
And I'm encouraged to because it'll boost my score.
I like having a score in life.
Yeah.
But I don't like when it goes down.
No.
And the hard part is when it goes down, it's harder to get back up.
The more down it goes, the more down it wants to go.
Amen.
Yeah.
So sad. You know, I'm thinking about my credit right now. It's pretty empty. How do we fill that bad boy up?
Ooh.
We gotta start selling out.
Yes.
But this week we have no one to sell out to. So we thought we'd sell ourselves to ourselves.
Yeah. So
thoughts?
This week we're doing a quick ad break.
But to fill up our credit cards, we gotta do some selling out.
Right. And in order to sell out, we
Need to sell up.
Shit. Wait, can you say that one more time?
So in order to fill up our credit cards, we need to do some selling out.
That's right. But unfortunately,
no one wants to buy us.
This week at least.
And by that I mean I didn't do the auction on time. That's my fault. I'm learning. We're learning.
Yeah, well, that's okay. There's always a next step. And there's also post-production.
That's so sick.
But for now, we're recording a little ad.
Yep.
For something that's near and dear to our hearts.
Yeah, it's this crazy little thing that we've had a lot of passion for recently, and I think it's about time we finally share that with y'all.
Yeah, and I cannot stop listening to this.
It's on the cusp of my heart.
Hilarious, insightful.
Tip of my tongue.
The tip of many things.
And the foreset of my brain.
The what of your brain?
The foreset.
The foreset?
The foreset.
Can you define foreset?
Yeah, it's the front side.
Nice.
Front side, foreset.
So if you want this to be on the foresets of your brains, then you're going to want to take a listen to this.
It's called Last Two Brain Cells. It's a podcast. Whoa. It's two guys, and they talk into a microphone.
Yeah.
And the point is, now that we've shared it with you, you should share it with somebody else. It's like a prayer chain.
Take one, pass it on.
Yeah, take one, pass it on, tell your friends, and make sure you give us 5 stars or a comment or a thumbs up or whatever algorithm daddy likes, whatever platform you listen to it on. It means a lot.
Yummy. Thank you so much. And hey, thanks for listening, by the way.
Yeah, thanks. We're really trying really hard on this, and hopefully it's not bad.
It's, I think, even good.
At least maybe all right.
And this might be confirmation bias. I've shared the cast with a few people, and so far, people love it.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
The word on the street is we're doing A-okay.
But it also could be that we're just so dumb and pathetic that they're like, oh, it's good. Yeah.
It's like the first season of American Idol and people pull up and they like really believe they're good singers. And then they just get destroyed.
You know
but they
what we
really
need?
believe, and everyone in their whole life told them they were good. Do you think our podcast's like
exactly. We're just surrounded by yes men.
Guys, do we suck actually? You can be honest.
Be very, very real.
You can be honest by downloading all of our podcasts and letting us know. And that's our ad. Also, real quick, I'm looking at your arm right now. I didn't notice this until this very moment, 40 minutes into recording this podcast. You're peeling glue off your arms?
Yeah.
And like a sizable chunk.
It's a good amount. I'm a sucker for peeling, man. I love getting sunburned because when you peel it, it's just the most, such a good feeling.
It does feel good. It's like a popsicle in the shower.
Yeah. And so I put Elmer's glue on my arm earlier today, and I've just been peeling it this whole time.
That's a big chunk too. Yeah. That's like a nice set of skin.
You want to feel it? It's kind of stretchy.
Wow, that's
kind of cool.
It's like a gross and alluring.
I actually don't know why anyone pays for a beauty mask. You know those face masks?
You can just put Elmer's glue all over.
Rub your face with glue. Wait 30 minutes, peel it off, and it will exfoliate you better than any fucking charcoal cleansing mask you ever bought from Target. Okay,
I agree.
But I digress. We have to break our own rule for this episode for one little quick thingy.
We didn't want to, but we have to.
Yeah, and I gotta stop calling segments thingies.
I like this little thingy.
Is it cool?
Yeah, we can do a thingy. So I'll present this thingy.
Yeah,
can I present my thingy?
Please do.
All right, this is my thingy. Last week, I made a promise. In a moment of curiosity, I was curious if spacemen or women or people in space, how they poop, how you pee, how you do all your business up there, dude. Like, what's going on? And so I made the promise that I would do research. And then we also made a promise that we wouldn't say poop, pee, or cum. So we got into a double bind here. Quite a conflict. But I have to uphold to my previous promise first, and then we'll go back to the rules.
Yeah.
But pee and poop in space, how do they do it? Do they like it? Is it fun? Some of them looked like they were having a good time in describing it. I watched a bunch of astronauts talk about their experiences pooping and peeing in space and how they did it. So, on the ship, There is actually a long hose that is like a vacuum. You have to turn it on, and it sucks all the liquids out of your pee hole, whether it's a dangler or an innie or an outie. It's going to suck all your pee out. And the cool part is the poop toilet is also about the same. It is also a vacuum that just sucks your poop into a little bag, and then it goes into a hole, and they have to replace that septic tank every 10 days. Now, that's on the ship. And I was wondering, what happens if you're out there for a nice game of golf on the moon, and you got to, like, do a number 1 or a number 2?
See, that's what I'm most curious about.
Exactly. The inside of the ship, who cares how that works? Don't care. Inside the space suit, how they peeing, how they pooping. I'll tell you, it is the year 2023. We have incredible technology. We are on the moon. We got all the way up there. We're still using diapers, baby. We're still wrapping our mans and women's and everybody in the diaper wipies and throwing them up into space. If you're out on a spacewalk, you're getting your diaper on. First things first, before the rest of your protective technology.
It makes a lot of sense.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing. And additionally, other fun fact I found out, on the first mission to the moon, we actually left a large bag of poop up there, just as a, to just drop off. We left a large bag of poop on the moon that's just sitting there to this day.
Do you think, and you know how the moon gravity is a lot lower than Earth gravity?
Right.
So you could kind of like jump further and you could throw things further.
Probably poop farther.
For sure, actually.
Yeah.
But do you think you could throw that bag of poop into the like space, like out of the atmosphere of the moon?
I think it would become dangerous on your way out. You'd have to avoid it.
Right.
Like a dodgeball.
Oh, so you wouldn't want to
Dodgeball,
risk having to
little
hit
poops.
that on your
Ice poops.
escape.
They might get hardened into ice. There was also a theory I was reading that apparently we also kind of want to retrieve that bag of poop in 2023 because we're curious if any microbes or living things are still within that feces.
That's
and
actually
did they survive
so
on the moon
freaking
since
cool.
1969? That's actual new research study is, can we get that poop back from the moon?
I love that.
Yeah, I love curiosity.
Man, didn't they grow potatoes on the moon, or is that just the movie?
I think that was a movie we watched.
Okay.
I don't know, though. I would believe it.
I think you can grow potatoes on Mars, though. That's for real.
They've made sea monkeys go up there.
Yeah.
Little brine shrimp. That was cool.
Man, do you think... Okay, real question.
Yeah. Do you think brine shrimp tastes good? Sorry.
What is it? Wait, what is a brine shrimp?
A sea monkey?
Oh, no.
Probably tastes bad.
They're probably so salty.
I don't... I'm sorry, that's a terrible question.
Yeah.
Don't eat brine shrimp. Leave them alone. So I would say brine shrimp off the potato... brine... Dude, I'm not even drinking. I just can't talk. Brine shrimp off the table, potatoes on.
Yeah, so going back to the diaper...
You gotta.
It makes a ton of sense from like an engineering perspective, right? Like the more simple the solution is, and look, we figured out diapers,
If it ain't broke, don't break it. Keep on pooping in your sack.
Yeah.
Pants.
Yeah, but it harkens back to this like kind of lore story of the space race.
Oh, true.
Where there was between the U.S. and the USSR, they were trying to develop a pen, and so NASA spent like years and years and millions of dollars to like develop this pen that you could write in space in with no gravity.
Incredible.
And I guess it worked, but it was like super expensive to produce, really complicated, and that whole time the USSR was just using a pencil.
That's
and
classic,
totally fine, right? And
you just gotta go with what works.
I think there's a little bit more nuance to the story, so that's not exactly how it all went, but it's a good like demonstration of just don't overcomplicate shit.
You gotta keep it simple, silly.
If you got tidy whities, or what's a diaper brand actually?
A Pampers.
Yeah. What do you think NASA uses?
Pampers.
What kind of diapers do they have?
I think they were super thick custom diapers. They looked really thick. I saw them.
Really?
They're really thick.
That's actually cool. You could see them.
Oh yeah, they put them on for me.
I wonder if we could get our hands on a pair or two.
Yeah, and also I was thinking about space diapers. They don't really have to worry much about like anything crazy because like space astronauts only eat like space food, which is like space ice cream and space ice cream. I'm pretty sure that's all they eat.
I'm
only
pretty
seen,
sure that's right.
And yeah, so it's gonna be like there's gonna be like farting dust, so it's not like an issue.
Yeah, it's more of like a poof when they poop.
Exactly, not a poop, more of a poof.
Yeah. And I guess I need to take advantage of our ability to swear in this segment, right? Because this is
you
our
can say
one time
piss,
this
poop.
episode. Just gonna real quick get it out of my system. You want to come, poop, 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 poop,
Feels
poop,
good.
poop, 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 fuck,
Feels
fuck, fuck, fuck,
really
poop, poop,
good.
poop. Okay, that was good.
Really, I feel better now.
Yeah.
Poop.
Come.
And
Yes.
the third person at home, if you want to run it back 15 seconds, you can be the third part.
We would love that.
We'd be honored.
If you could be the Quavo to our Takeoff. And who's the third guy?
Offset.
Takeoff, Offset.
Yeah.
Wait, was it Offset who passed?
It was Takeoff.
Takeoff. Damn, dude. He's the one he was kind of like the Ringo of the Beatles. Like he took a lot of flack, didn't he?
He took some flack. Some people called him Left Off, like because he got left off bad and bougie.
Exactly. They would just take him off the track.
Hey, that's so sad.
But yeah, rip for real.
We love you, brother. But yeah, you can go ahead and upload yourself being the third part to that. Put it somewhere on TikTok or whatever the kids are using, and then someone else can duet that, and we can just keep getting more and more people harmonizing with us.
We would love that.
It could be like a natural viral grassroots movement.
Oh, hey, Bernie.
Hi.
Yeah, that's a duet, right? The kids are doing TikTok duets.
Yeah. We'll duet.
Duet what?
We'll do it.
Oh. Haha.
Yeah, I know, it wasn't funny. That's why I'm not on TikTok, because you have to be funny.
No, that was really good. I don't know why the Nick radio ever didn't call you back.
It was Disney State Radio.
Oh, yeah.
And they stopped doing that.
Yeah, that's why. Because they stopped. All right, so we have one final segment to wrap up with.
We sure do. I'm glad we got some education out of the way. Space.
We got credit cards. We learned a whole lot this episode.
Drinking beer in school, at college, and you're of age, of course. Duh.
Yes. Don't bring your beer into your high school classes, kids.
Yeah, or elementary school.
Oh, well, if you're in elementary school, you probably shouldn't be listening.
You're not supposed to be here. Get the fuck out.
Then you skip the disclaimer.
Get out.
Right. Do you think that, okay, realistically, will there be the one single person who starts listening and is a kid and gets to that disclaimer and turns it off? Will it have any effect? No.
I think the effect is it's not our fault if stupid ass kids get here.
Yeah,
we did everything we could do.
We absolutely cover our asses legally. Legally, we're in the clear.
I'm covering my ass.
Yeah.
You're covering your ass.
With diapers.
Get out of here, kids.
Ooh, okay. Is this taking it too far in the podcast realm? Can we do an episode where we wear diapers and we both poop and pee ourselves?
No, we can't. No, I was saying no. I said no initially because I think that's what my body and brain wanted me to say. But the answer is yes. The answer is a big yes. Well, I think my body reflexively, if you smell a bad smell, you go, "Hello." I think I just blurted out no when my heart it says yes.
Yeah. Look, when both your body and mind instinctively say no, but your heart says yes, listen to your heart.
I've always enjoyed a good laxative challenge.
Yeah.
We could do that on stream. We can do it anytime.
Sounds good.
It's actually one of my favorite. There's a streamer named Pan Money Wubby who ate sugar-free jelly beans that notoriously make you have to shit your pants pretty much immediately.
Yeah.
And he was pooping.
Really? On cam?
He was trying his very best not to poop, and so it was really funny to watch him squeeze his butthole so he wouldn't let it out.
He wasn't typed up?
He only lasted an hour or two, and he had to go. He's explosive diarrhea.
Yeah, that's a rookie mistake. You got to dipe up.
Yeah, dipe up, bro.
We should dipe up. So we have a trip coming up, you and I with our friends.
We've worn diapers before together.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Yeah, for reference, if those who are wondering why are we wearing diapers, we did a undie run at your college where at the end of the semester, every semester, there is a final stress relief moment where everyone runs a little mile around town in their underwear. But we decided,
and you get blackout drunk too.
Yeah, and that's why we came not only in the right outfit, but prepared. We all wore diapers.
Right.
Yep.
And I also, at one point in college, somebody pranked me by signing me up for a subscription to some adult diaper company.
Is that a prank or a gift?
That's the thing, is they thought they were pranking me.
They thought they got you.
I would receive them and I would actually just put them on.
I'm pretty sure those are the diapers we wore to the undie run. And I'd like to point out, we got on the front page of the Orange County Register Culture Community section for our diapers.
Man,
pretty cool, huh?
It's no wonder we have a hit podcast now. I mean, look at our roots. You were on Radio Disney.
Radio Disney. I was on Radio Disney.
We were on the OC Register, whatever.
Register. I was in the LA Times once.
Yeah. I mean,
we're big household names at this point.
It's difficult sometimes going and getting groceries and just trying to be a normal person.
Yeah, that's why I always wear my beanie so people won't see me.
I get that now. Yeah. I get that.
But now people recognize me because of my beanie, so I have to take it off. I'm in a conundrum. It's what do I do even them anymore.
Talk about rock in a hard place.
Oh, my cock in a hard place. Yes, rock in a hard place, man. Definitely, dude.
Man, and speaking of, it's going to be really, really tough to G-rate this last segment.
G-rated.
But I'm excited for it.
I'm excited, too. Well, hey, we learned. Now let's keep on learning. Let's open up a book.
Yeah.
A book to learn about. And what book is that?
It's not a normal book. This book is online, and it's called UrbanDictionary.com.
Ooh.
So this segment, it's called Urban Learning Dictionary.
That was close.
Urban Learning Dictionary.
Urban. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Urban Learning Dictionary.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. So what's going to happen is we're going to pause it, and I'm going to find 4 or 5 words on Urban Dictionary real quick. Austin's not going to look. And I'm going to tell him just the word, and he's going to have to tell me what it means. And then I'm going to give him the real definition, and we're going to see how close you are.
I love that.
All right, so we're going to pause.
Also, quick concept. What if there was a website called Suburban Dictionary, where it was Urban Dictionary, but it was just like your mom trying to guess at what all these words were?
I see.
It's like someone's mom being like, a Twizzy is, and it's like they have no fucking clue, but they're guessing.
I mean, that's kind of exactly what we're trying to do right now.
That's sick. I'm in. All right, well, let's get to it. Urban Dictionary segment time.
Urban Dictionary Etymology Time.
Alrighty, my friend, are you ready to play?
Okay, let's play. I just want to play, yay.
Alright, boys, just want to play, yay. Alright, so you can't look at the definitions, but you can look at the words. So I'm going to ask you a word. Tell me what it means. Ready?
Yep.
Alright. What is a free lick?
A free lick? That's like a really easy crime or something that you can steal really casually. It's like a really easy heist.
Ding! Completely correct.
Super cash.
Super good. Yeah, the definition is a person who could easily be stolen from or could easily be defeated in competitive settings.
Easy.
That was perfect. Good job.
Easy dub.
But unfortunately, that was the softball.
The warm-up.
Yeah. Now we have a real word.
Mm-hmm. These are all real words, right?
They're all real. This one's a real word.
This is a dictionary.
This is a swapped breeding sandwich.
Wait, hold on. Sorry, that's like a what?
What is a swapped breeding sandwich?
Oh my god, that sounds vile.
Yeah.
Swapped breeding sandwich?
Yeah, what's that?
Is that, I mean, okay, I'm going to take the route that this is going to be a sex thing because it's Urban Dictionary and people love having sex.
And maybe the word breeding.
A breeding sandwich would be like you and a pal and the lady who's trying to get pregnant in the middle. Just, you got like a Oreo cookie style scenario where she could be spinning around like a rotisserie hot dog at the gas station.
Yes.
And you're both just doing like the one and then your turn and then my turn and then your turn. And it's like, it's a sandwich for breeding.
So you don't know who ends up being.
It's like a lottery. Because only one swimmer is going to win, but you both put your horse in the race.
Right.
Yeah.
That would be, okay, if this weren't super fucked up, like just pretend for a second.
Well, I mean that. If you're like in a polyamorous relationship and you don't really want to know who the biological father is because you have two fathers.
Would that not be a blast?
It's like a firing squad for having a baby and not having to know who really done it.
Right, exactly. And for those of you who don't know, they only put one bullet in the firing squad rifles and the whole lineup, so it's only one person shooting and killing somebody, but they don't know who it is, so there's always deniability, which is interesting. But yeah, doing that with babies?
Yeah, that's what we call a breeding sandwich.
Right. Really good guess, man. I mean, I actually give you half points for that.
Now, is my definition better or worse than what they wrote?
I love the real definition.
Okay, let's see.
But you were really close.
Yes.
Okay, so breeding sandwich is where you have two couples and they agree to swap partners for the purpose of knocking each other up. This should only be left to couples that have a really strong bond with each other, and it's better if both couples have engaged in and already had a set of children with their main partners in a normal breeding sandwich.
So does this mean that they're all going to have like is it still the formation of a sandwich, or is it just like a trading, like a wife swaps, like reality TV scenario?
It's a swap specifically to breed.
I think they got to get in the sandwich formation, or it's not counting for me.
Can I read you the example sentence?
Yeah, of course.
That might help. Yeah, and to think that James knocked me up not only with your permission, but with your blessing and participation really brings our friendship to a whole new level.
Wow.
Does that make more sense now?
Yeah, it's insightful.
Yeah.
I learned something somewhere at some point.
Right. And this episode's, as usual, it's full of education.
We're a learning podcast.
This may be the one that you actually take with you and use in your life, is what a swapped breeding sandwich is.
Yeah. Well, what else we got?
Well, we have one finale word. I'm excited for this.
Ooh, the finale word.
Are you ready?
Love it.
All right. This is jazz your apples. What does it mean to jazz your
Ooh,
apples?
I'm going to jazz my apples. I'm about to jazz my apples. Oh my god.
You've been pretty good so far. Let's see
I'm
how you
about
do.
to jazz my apples.
Can you get a 3 out of 3?
Oh my god. Jazz my apples.
Jazz your apples.
Wow, that's really gnarly. I feel like that's like putting a marijuana cream on your balls.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm about to jazz my apples.
Like,
or your butt cheeks.
Or like, what is that? It's not Vicks Vapor Rub. What's a Tiger Balm?
Yeah.
What do you put on
like,
your balls?
Like Vicks Vapor Rub. Oh, no, we like to put Icy Hot.
Yes.
I think putting Icy Hot on your balls is something that everyone should do at least one time in their life, and I've done it at least 10 plus, and I want to keep going if anyone wants to do it with
I would do it right now.
I love it.
Honestly,
I used to have
I'm kind
Icy
of
Hot.
craving it.
I do too. That's why I used to have Icy Hot. I didn't actually use it ever.
It was
but I
just
had
for
it
your balls.
Yeah, I bought it in college so me and the boys could put Icy Hot on our balls because it's really funny because it's like at first your balls are like on fire, like you dip them in a soup, and then they get really cold, like a snowman is whispering
Sometimes
on your nuts.
painfully cold.
Yeah, but that's what's so funny about it because all the boys are giggling and your nuts are like confused. It is funny.
We did that back in Denver. I was with Seabass.
I love it.
And he had extra strength Tiger Balm.
Wow.
And so we took turns. We smothered our nuts, and then we drove to the farmer's market with our partners at the time. And so it was me and Seabass giggling like fools and just two girls sitting there like, this is the stupidest shit that I've ever seen in my life. So and then we're trying to walk through the farmer's market. It's crowded. And I literally have like a cowboy leg. Where, you know, it's like you've been riding a horse all day and your legs are out.
Yeah.
It was that because the nuts were so strong.
Wow.
But yeah, I would love to do that right now.
That's a giggle festival. I would join you. We gotta do Icy Hot on our balls for one of these episodes.
Love to.
We could do like a new dosing every 10 minutes or so.
It could be the Icy Hot on your balls and also poop because you're wearing a diaper episode.
Yeah, we could do the Icy Hot balls diaper-a-thon.
I think that would be a smash hit of an app.
I think that's the only thing we can do.
Whoa. Should that be our 10th episode if we make it to 10?
All right, maybe even 100.
Or 100? Yeah, they need something to look forward to.
Yeah, I mean, episode 50 is titties.
Okay, can we make an actual promise, though? Episode 100, if we make it to 100, we're pooping ourselves
I'm
live.
not pooping myself.
Come on, dude.
I'm not going to poop myself.
You're not dedicated.
I wish I could. I'm not going to poop myself.
All right, I just thought you were in this. I thought we had something here.
What if I, like, triple dosage my Icy Hot and you take one load for the team?
And I poop myself?
Yeah, like, and you poop for me.
I would happily poop myself twice.
Yeah. You can poop twice, and I'll take like triple or quadruple work even on
It's
Icy
weird.
Hot.
You know, of all the people who I'd expect to have like a I don't want to poop myself mentality, I didn't expect it to come from you.
I would never want to poop myself.
It's just, wouldn't that be like so free and wonderful just one time? Just like, you don't have to care where you are, you just let it out.
No.
Okay, well, guess I'm alone then.
That's okay. I'll be alone with you.
Yeah, look, I yum that, you yuck that.
Yeah, it's okay. My balls will be on fire and then really cold.
The thing is, 4 coats of Icy Hot, that might be like a vasectomy. Like, you might just no longer have nuts.
Or it'll be like superpowers for my kids.
Or,
It's like how Spider-Man got bit by a spider. I'd be like, my kid got Icy Hot on the balls a lot.
Bro, it's like, you know, what's cooler than cool?
Ice cold.
What's colder than cold?
Ice cold. All right.
4 rounds of Icy Hot on my nuts.
Yeah, and then when your kid comes out, he's either going to have fire powers or ice powers.
Oh, you don't know, though.
Depending on at what stage they were spawned.
And it depends on, like, what side of the breeding sandwich that you're on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on the sandwich. What was the word again?
Did we? Oh, yeah, jazz your apples.
Jazz your apples. I think that's, like, definitely getting a nice... It's got to be like putting nice marijuana cream on your balls.
Close. Okay, I'll give you almost a half a point for that too.
Wow.
Okay, you were really good. This was almost a 3 out of 3, dog. It does have to do with balls.
Yeah, of course.
You were right about that.
My apples.
Of course. The definition is to grab someone ruthlessly by the balls and shake them.
Like a handshake or like a jazz solo?
You're jazzing the apples.
Oh, jazzing.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my God.
So you ruthlessly grab them and shake.
You know, I, for the first time, looked at the screen. Can I read you the sentence this time?
Oh, yeah, please.
It says, Jeffrey is going to jazz your apples.
That's really... See, that helps a lot.
Now I know exactly what's going to happen.
Jeffrey would jazz your apples.
This was written, like, only yesterday.
Yeah, okay, so I actually couldn't find like a good way to get random words, so
I think that's cooler.
I looked at like new words and I just went through the first like 5 pages.
I think it's incredible that etymology can grow day by day, live before our eyes.
You actually wouldn't believe some of the other words that I was saying on that list. Like, it truly maybe don't look.
You know, unfortunately, I think I would believe a lot of the words that were on that list, because I've read the Urban Dictionary, and it's not a clean boy.
They're vile.
It's a vile website.
Yeah, like there are words where I'm like, I don't even want to talk about this on the podcast, like for sure.
No, that's why I was sick with jazzing your apples.
Yes, and free lick.
And swapping sandwiches.
Yeah. So look, we learned a lot of words today. Now you can go out and write a book. It'll be a way better book because you have a better vocab.
That's true.
And if you don't write a book, that's fine.
That's fine. You don't have to do everything in this life. You can try if you want, but you don't have to. It's not like a requirement.
Yeah, but you should.
You should try.
You should.
But you can give up too. That's okay.
No, if you don't write a book, you're a failure.
If you have to try everything, how do you try giving up?
Well, if trying nothing is part of trying everything, then as soon as you try something, then you haven't tried nothing, then you haven't tried everything. Have you ever thought of that?
This podcast is so hard.
Yeah, if by hard you mean like hard, like cool hard. That's hard.
Blow.
All right, well, this has been a G-rated episode of Last Two Brain Cells.
That was solid. I feel like not talking about poop and pee and cum felt really good.
It really forces you to, like, we expanded our universe, you know?
I feel like going to, like, my grandparents' house and I'd, like, turn my filter on.
Yeah, that was the Jesus mode. We recorded this episode of the day, G-rated.
It's like it was a Sunday or something.
Uh-huh.
But it was a sunny day, that's for sure.
What day is today?
It is Thursday. It's 95 degrees, which is blessingly cold.
Man, real
for
quick,
Austin, Texas.
I just want to put this on the tape,
yeah,
on the
please.
record. I put in my 2 weeks yesterday.
Hell yeah.
At work, and I'm so happy. I really couldn't be happier. And look, this is if anyone that I work with is listening to this in the future, love you guys. It's just I was so sad at that job.
Yeah, it's not your fault.
So it feels good, man. We're ready to go pod full time.
Oh my God, you're getting ready for our full time fiesta.
That's why I quit. Why I quit.
And that's why I gotta support this podcast, because otherwise we're fucked.
I'm going hungry.
We're gonna get our apples jazzed.
I don't jazz my apples.
We're gonna be out on the streets trying to, cough up our podcast dough, and we're gonna get our apples jazzed.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, we're gonna be in a swap breed sandwich.
We're gonna look like some free licks walking down the street.
Unreal. Oh my God. Well, that's Last Two Brain Cells for you. We hope we make it, and thank you for making it to listen to the end.
Yeah.
We made it.
Thank you.
It's an accomplishment not only for you, but for us. We all did something here today, and I think right now we should all clap.
Oh no, man. When I clapped, it made me drop so I peeled that whole thing of Elmer's glue off my hand, and then I balled it up, and it looked like a really gross ball of like skin. And then I started ripping it to pieces. So I just had a handful of ripped up pieces of it. And when I clapped, I had to drop it to clap really fast. And now it's just on your floor, looking real gross.
Kind of fits in with the rest of the stuff.
It unfortunately does.
I don't have any problem with it. You can keep it.
But yeah, thanks for listening. Hey, we have a surprise outro that you might have forgotten about.
I fully forgot.
You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
It goes something like...
Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. I remember. So that wasn't the intro for the segment, that was the segment.
The segment is our outro, which is beatboxing.
Yeah, which is gonna be chicka 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 chicka. Fuck it.
All right, thanks for listening.
That was really bad. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever. Bye.